Hello, and welcome to my channel, Spark of Light, and to this series, which I've called Teatime with Anna. In these episodes, I try to share different stories or experiences I've had during my spiritual awakening, which has left or made a big impact on me as a person, on my soul, and on how I perceive the world around me. And today is just one of the most profound experiences I've ever had, which might hype the situation a bit. But I'm really, really happy I experienced this, even though it was a lot of heartbreak. But yeah, and thank you for being here. I'm so happy you are listening in, and I hope something in this story might resonate with you. And yeah, thank you for being here. So, before I sort of start sharing the story, I really want you to have a bit of understanding for where I'm coming from. As a young girl, I grew up in a family where my parents, they gave me food, they gave me clothes. I was dry, I was warm. They drove me to activities, and I had a house. But we had no emotional connection whatsoever. And if there was any connection, it was my parents yelling at me because I did something they did not like. Which is a good start. And as a young girl, the only thing I ever wanted from my dad was to hear him say that he loved me, and to hear him say that he was proud of me. And as a grown woman, I know he loves me, and I know he is proud of where I am and how far I've come. But as a young girl, I could only see what was happening around me, and I did not understand his emotional well-being and what he was going through. I just saw a dad that did not pay attention to me. So that created a really good blueprint for me relating men. So since I was maybe 11, 12, 13 years old, I have been searching for validation from men. And not necessarily like sexually. I didn't start when I was 13 by that, I just have to say. But the euphoria of having a man pay attention to me was so profound, and it gave me some type of rush and validation that I had never experienced before. So you can imagine how I did not differentiate between good men and bad men. Like, men was men, validation was validation. And of course I also developed sort of a love addiction, but I want to call it limerence. If I met a man and he was behaving like a decent human being towards me, and we might talk, and maybe I said something funny or he said something funny and we laughed, that was enough for me to get some sort of he must be interested in me, and I would become so extremely fixated. And it was painful for me being in this, but I could not stop, like, whatsoever. I could not stop. And these sort of episodes might go from a month to several years. And then just one day I was done. I could not pinpoint how or what did it. It was done. So I've been living with this for many, 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 many years. And I always knew when a new one started up, and yeah, I saw it for what it was, and I've taken a lot of steps towards trying to heal it for the last few years. So, a couple of years ago, I worked in a private company. I was a project manager, dealing with, we can say, construction, yeah. And to do construction, I needed to have permits to build the things that we were building. So I was contacting those who gave permissions and having meetings and writing applications and doing all those things. And one time, there was a new place where we had never built anything before, so I contacted the person who was in charge. And before I do that, I always Google them, because I like to have a face to visualize when I'm talking to them. And this person was a kind human being. He was a man, and I could see he was a good human being. And we talked, we had the meeting, everything was fine, it was no big deal. And then one afternoon, I was just, being on the internet, scrolling. And since I had Googled him, he came up as a suggested friend on Facebook. So of course, I need to snoop around a bit. So I did that, and one of the photos on there was a photo of him and his brother. And that was the fastest limerence I have ever had. I just looked at the photo and I was hooked. Yeah, and I learned everything I could about this person. And mind you, this was a person living in a different part of the country. I have never seen him. I have never talked to him. We have no similar interests, so it was like, no, not a chance that we could just meet by accident. So I walk around in this limerence knowing, it's a new one. Yeah, I can just roll with it. I know it will end when the time is right. And then this entire year passed by, and we are in June, I think. Then I'm seeing that this person, he is one of the main, we'll call it like main man behind a festival that is being held 2 hours away from where I live. And this festival, it's within a specific type of music, which I don't listen to. I don't hate it, but I just don't listen to it. But I got this strange pull that I need to go to this festival. And mind you, it was not a limerence, you need to see him pull. It was this deep pull within my soul that I needed to be there. And I just found that to be so strange. And the festival was going to be in the start of August. So I went the entire summer just, if I'm supposed to be there, it will align. Things will sort of fall into place. And then the day before, this was the Friday, the weather was nice. My child wanted to come because I was asking if we should go there. There's something that's happening. It might be fun. Okay, he said. And I was feeling so calm about going. It felt so right. And I had like magically detached from the situation, that I was going there because I wanted to experience the music and the festival and the activities. I was not going there because I wanted to see him. Because I would never, never ever approach this person. So I was going because I felt sort of the pull to go there. So this Saturday that Saturday we drive the 2 hours up there, and the weather is amazing. The music is really nice. We are having so much fun. It's a lot of child activities. So my son was having such a good time, and I was just sitting on a bench, just watching him having fun on some things. And then I felt it in my body before I saw it. I felt his presence before I saw him, and then I turned around, and there he was, this person that I had this sort of manic obsession about for like over a year, and he has never seen me before. And he was starting up like a specific activity for kids, which I did not know about. And I remember just watching over to him, and he was looking at me, and our eyes met. And sometimes you just get that thing in your stomach, not butterflies, but just the thing that, whoa, this is not the first time I've seen this person, like, or this is not the first time I've seen this soul. I have seen him before. But I of course I'm not showing anything. I'm being a polite human being, and this activity starts, and it's amazing seeing him with the children. And then I just felt that I'm done. I have gotten what I came here for. I'm feeling satisfied and filled. Like, strangely, my cup felt full. So we go home, and the days just they go on as usual. And a couple of days later, I was putting my son to bed, and I got this strange, really specific hard pain in my right thigh. This pain that something is trying to be known and felt and released. And I was sort of stuck in bed because he was trying to fall asleep. So I thought, okay, I have the time, I have the opportunity, let's go in. So I just talked to the pain, that I said, I am ready. Please show me what you need to show me. I am open to whatever is of the highest good. And of course, I always say that I am safe and I am held. So this pain, it starts to travel up my thigh. And when it reached my hips, I can feel myself going into some sort of a deep meditation. And my consciousness is going to a different planet. And I just know I am not on Earth anymore. I am seeing a vision, and I'm on a different planet. But I'm not shown where or when or what type of race we are. I see myself as a human being, just to be shown that I am me. And then this other person that is with me is this guy that I have been manically obsessing about. And I see him, and everything, everything falls into place. I shared this lifetime with him. And we shared the most amazing love. And I could feel the love in my body. My entire body was filled with, I can only describe it as the highest version of love. My body was light, it was radiating. I was shaking with the amount of energy that was flowing through. And I just wanted to stay there forever. The love was it was magnificent. And then I see, because we are standing on a sandy beach with white sand, and there's water in front of us with small waves that are sort of just cruising up into the shore. And it's ocean. We're seeing ocean in front of us. And then I can see this person, like my love. I can see him walking into the ocean. And then I'm seeing him being taken by big waves. And I just know that he died in this specific lifetime that we shared with this magnificent love. He died, and he died in the ocean. He was not murdered. He did not kill himself, and I was not to blame. He died. And that amount of grief that I felt afterwards, it was so pure. So I feel the shift from this love until the grief in my body, and then the grief just releases itself and flows back up the source. And I'm crying, quiet, beautiful, heavy tears. And then I'm so emotionally drained that I fall asleep. And a couple of hours later, I wake up, and I'm still in this love and grief feeling in my body. It's so much lighter, so it's just like the essence of it is still in my body. So I'm feeling my connection to source being really strong. So I'm asking, why was I shown this now? And I'm giving the drop download, just knowing that in my life, before I came here, I planned my life. I planned the different things that I was going to learn. And one of the big things in my life, and the big arenas where I'm learning things, are through relationships, like love relationships. And I've always found that fascinating, because we also have free will. So I've never understood, how can I have free will and then meet this specific person that I'm going to learn everything that I've planned with. So in this download, I am shown, yes, you plan on learning the different things in relationships, but you don't have one person that drops in to help you. You have several. And I was shown different hotspots through my country with individuals, souls that volunteered to help me learn the lessons. And this person that I saw, this person that I got this extreme manic limerence on, was one of those hotspots. So if I had not met the person that I am currently learning with, I might have met him and been with him and learned the things that I'm learning with him. And that knowing was so profound. It was so good, and it also validated so much for me that the feelings that I had felt, the connection that I felt, and that extreme love that I felt after releasing the sadness that I was carrying, it was real. And I'm so grateful. I'm like